What's going on, guys? Welcome to In the Zone. I'm your host, Garrison Roy, and today we're going to go on a little bit of a rant. But if you're new to the podcast, it's more than just me ranting and venting on things that are going on in the baseball industry. We have full-length interviews, we have mental minutes to help elevate your performance, and then also deep dive educational explorations into, the nitty-gritty of things to help you stay in the zone. And those full-length interviews with experts, athletes, and coaches on whatever their zone might be. But if you have any questions, topics, or future guest suggestions, feel free to shoot them out to us in the zone podcast 123 at Gmail, or you can text right here in the show notes, wherever you're listening to this, other than YouTube, I believe you can click on it and it'll send straight to the platform. So it's not my personal number, but you can send that text and blow it up, guys. I mean, I honestly want to tell you things that you want to hear, not necessarily tell you everything that you want to hear, but I want to give you information that you want, right? So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into the rant here on just the current state of social media, baseball training, and just all the BS that's out there, guys. And to be totally honest with you, it's a lot of some of the same gimmicky, just clickbait type posts. And I try to pride myself on making things a lot more educational, a lot more information to help you kind of make your own informed decisions, or even just kind of giving value, right? That's what this whole podcast is about. That's what every single post that I put out there is for. Nothing is really to necessarily sell you, but hey, if you decide to train with me, awesome. I'm totally cool with that too. But again, I'm not trying to ask you or blow you up to do that, because at the end of the day, it's your decision what you need to do and what's best for your career, or as a coach, what's best for you and what's helping you get you to where you need to be. Right. But I came across this video. And first, I'll start with the one that was actually noteworthy that kind of got me on this rant in the first place, right? And I'll go ahead and share that screen with you. It's right here on Instagram from OPP, Optimal Power Performance.
Completely off, in my opinion. I feel like it's broken. What works on social media right now is clout exercises that are like, do this exercise to increase X amount of bat speed. Buy my exit velo program, gain 4.5 miles an hour, no matter what, if you do it. It's a very short-term objective. And so what's really hard is that when we work with those high school, college guys, they're used to that. That's what they see. So then when they come into an environment like this, where they got to train their ass off, and they start to realize the training effect takes a while, you got to be consistent. For them, that is a massive commitment that they don't think that they need to take, because they're convinced online that it should be shorter to get to their goals than what it really is. Like, unless you are a genetic freak, it's going to take you a long time.
And absolute facts there, right? So with that in mind, when you guys are scrolling or seeing all these things going through your feed, and again, the algorithm's spitting off stuff that you view. So if you're seeing a lot of that stuff, it's probably because you're watching it. And again, I watch them too. I'm just kind of stating why you're probably seeing those a lot if you watch them, because I'm kind of more coming from a perspective, okay, hey, like, is there actual value in this? Is this something that I could even think about using, or, learn from this person, right? Or is this something that's just completely off the cuff and trying to get some clickbait? And one post in particular, and I called the coach out on it straight in the comments, and he ended up deleting it. But again, this is just an example. I'm not going to name him by name, but he specifically said in plyo throws, 2-pound balls, doing pronation throws to warm up the tendons with a shortening and lengthening response. There was a bunch of other stuff there. I wish I would have screenshotted or at least screen recorded that post. But he literally said that plyos help warm up your tendons. Like, what? Dude, first off, tendons need to be stiff, right? And I'm pretty sure my buddy Joey Hanley, he kind of went on a rant about this on Twitter or X as well. But you're spitting off just stupid jargon or saying fancy words that you don't even know is actually what's happening. right? We do plyometric work and things like that to stiffen the tendons, to make sure that they're, pliable, to be able to be springy, right? But you just doing a plyo ball throw isn't going to change what your tendons do. Now, if you're overly flexing them and you're just really just gripping them hard, yeah, that changes your tendons, right? Or, for example, like muscle tears or hamstrings. Most of the time, when you tear the hamstring, it's more on the belly of the muscle, right? And that's whenever the tendons are too strong or stronger than the muscle. When you have other tears, right, or strains, the muscle or the belly of the muscle is stronger than the tendons, right? So, not to get too scientific or into the actual like deep dive of things, but that statement alone is absolutely asinine. So I really want you guys to kind of put your critical thinking cap on when you're scrolling through this and be like, is that really what happens? Is this something that this guy is just literally making up? Or is this fact? Right? You can fact check it, you can throw it on and ask ChatGPT or whatever other AI platform that you use, but you got to be careful with those too. And I'm saying that right now. And again, I'm not trying to get all into how AI is crazy. Like I use it for certain things, but I also know when to fact check it. And I don't just use it as Google to just spit stuff out there. Or for, random facts, right? Like actually research this, look into research articles and find out what tendons actually do. Right? Like it just blows my mind. So don't fall into the gimmicks. Don't fall into all this little short-term thinking and know that you guys have to put in the work for the long term to see results. Obviously, if you've been doing a program for an entire year and you've seen absolutely goose egg results, not necessarily just throwing velocity on the mountain, there's other things that might happen. But like if you've seen no upward progression in either weight training or mobility or anything, then yeah, it's probably time for you to bounce and find another program. But you don't want to just have this short-term mindset and hop from program to program to program. You're like, oh, hey, maybe these guys have the magic bullet. Oh, hey, maybe they have this magic bullet here. You want to pick and learn and find out different things from them, but you don't need to just constantly jump ship, because that short-term mindset also deters you from your success too, because your brain's like, I don't know even what to believe or what to think, and then you turn into overcoaching mode and it's just chaos. Right? I fell into that trap a little bit before, but I knew I was like, hey, at the end of the day, I can gather as much information as I want, but I gotta basically just go out there and compete. That's pretty much the gist of it at the end of the day. Got to know how to go out and get dudes out or smack the ball wherever it's pitched in the zone, right? So try to stay within your zone, try to stay focused, know what you're doing is working, having that structured plan. And a quick little sneak peek for you guys, I do have a little templated macro or yearly progression ebook coming out to help keep your arm in the zone, right? It's going to be more so kind of giving you some tips and tricks on what to do, but it's more of balancing an ideal training and throwing, how they coincide together. So hopefully you guys will stay tuned and see that come out. But it's going to help everyone kind of stay in their zone with their arm and not be doing things training wise that may not be good for in season or for, guys doing things. It's more so, to be honest. A lot of people do off season workouts and gas themselves in season and put themselves at higher risk for injury, or vice versa. They don't do anything and then they try to do more. Right? You can flip it however you want, but we got to make sure that we're staying in the right zone for our optimal performance. Right? So please stay tuned for that. And if you guys have anything else that you want to share, feel free to share those crazy, just off the wall posts that you see scrolling through your feed, and then I'll make a rant about it. How about that? Send them over. Let's do it and stay in the zone.